Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Chosen ones, empaths, God set you free. However you want to look at this, if you want to look at it as God setting you free, the universe setting you free, you've got to understand that this discard from the narcissist that was involved in your life is a divine intervention. It's been divinely orchestrated by the Most High, by the universe, right? You need to understand that this really does set you free, right? Because what it does by you being discarded, or even reverse discarded, this is still the same means, even if you were reverse discarded or discarded, right, by this narcissist involved in your life, you've got to understand that when they do this to you, right, and you're set free, right, they become stubborn. They think in their own heads that they've done this, right? And I'm not disputing you've been through your fair share of pain, hardship, hurt, betrayal, you know, from whatever type of narcissist this was involved in your life, whether it was a friend, family member, romantic partner, colleague, or associate, all remains the same, right? You need to understand that this leaves them thinking that they've done it to you, right? So it kind of keeps them away from you too, right? They may hoover you, but a lot of the narcissists out there across the globe are very stubborn, right? Some of the lesser narcissists do pity pleas and apologize and stuff like that, right? And that's not knocking people who apologize, but some of these lower narcissists, compared to the greater narcissists, they'll do these pity pleas. But a lot of them that was involved in your life, right, the covert narcissists, they'll be stubborn, right? They're going to stick to their guns, right? You've heard me talk about how the narcissist that was involved in your life fails to replace you. You know, after they discard you or reverse discard you, you know, they've got a lifelong work ahead of them. You know, they search for the rest of their days trying to replace you. And they remain stubborn, you know, and they fail and they fail and they fail and they fail to replace you. But they still keep searching, right? You know, they've burnt the bridge between you and them. They don't know how to repair the burnt bridge. They don't know how to repair the bridge between you and them. They don't know how to do that. It's not in their functioning, right? It's not in their DNA to be able to repair things that are broken. That's what the savior empath does. That's what you do. You repair things that were broken throughout the whole course of the entire relationship. You was always there in servitude, fixing things that were broken, right? It's part of the reason they even picked you to be their primary source of supply, their primary target, this narcissist involved in your life. It was one of the reasons they picked you, because you like to fix things, right? And this is what, when they reverse discarded you or discarded you, they knew you were going to be in that state of mind, like how you've done previously. Maybe over little arguments, maybe over little disagreements. Well, not little, but less in comparison to the major discard or reverse discard, the ultimate be all end all, right? You've used to fix things together, right? So they kind of had an inkling that when they discard you or reverse discard you, you're going to be pursuing them, trying to repair it. And maybe you did, right? Maybe you did. And that's not your fault. That's the good nature in you. So don't be angry with yourself or regret trying to fix the relationship with this narcissist involved in your life. Don't regret that, right? What you've got to understand now is you've been set free. You've got to change your whole vision of how you see this discard. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It will take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. Gone are the days where you feel like you're a reject. I don't want you to feel like you were rejected. I don't want you to feel like you were less than, because all of this is not true. You were not rejected. You were not less than, right? God, the universe, bear witness to this narcissist involved in your life, hurting you, betraying you, breaking your trust, damaging you, right? And it caused them, God caused them to have the shiny object syndrome. In who they are, in the fabric of who they are, they have the shiny object syndrome. They have the grass is greener syndrome. And even though they had everything that they could ever desire with you being involved in their life, in whichever type of relationship this was you was involved in, friend, family member, romantic partner, colleague or associate, they had everything they could have wanted from you. But they had the shiny object syndrome. They had the grass is greener syndrome. And out of their eyes, they believed they could do better. And this is part of the reason why they discard you. This is part of the reason why they reverse discard you, right? You need to understand this. This is part of the reason why they do that. And you've got to see that this delusion that they were under basically set you free, right? This delusion they were under from God or the universe, causing them to think they can do better. Which, if you're still under the impression that they've done better than you, or they've gone out there and they've made improvements in their life and doing better than you, you're not seeing beneath the veil, and you need to take a closer look, right? This narcissist is in a delusion, right? They're out there and they've already been through failed attempts, most likely, of trying to replace the supply that you used to provide them. They're very codependent upon what you used to provide, right? Some of you were involved with them for decades. People don't just get over people overnight, even a narcissist. They're accustomed to the way that you used to do things, the way that your supply used to make them feel. And when they get back out there in the big wide world and they realize that other people are just as toxic as they are, and they realize that other people aren't able to provide the supply source that you used to provide, they remain stubborn. They remain embedded in their ways and ingrained in their ways. They don't know how to build the bridge back across to you. They might reach out with a petty Hoover attempt. They might reach out with a message and ask you, hi, how you doing? They might do something of that nature. Some indirect approach towards you, but they won't actually know how to mend the broken bond between the two of you. And you shouldn't want to mend that broken bond neither. This is time for you to take that savior empath streak and internalize it in yourself, in healing yourself and saving yourself, right? This narcissist went under delusion by God or the universe, and this discard or reverse discard was sent from above. It was sent from above. It was sent from the heavens. However you want to look at it, it was actually divinely orchestrated for a benefit for your life, for you to be spared, right? And you may ask the question, why was it so long? Maybe God was trying to wake you up for a long time. I don't know. But for whatever reason, maybe you were involved with them for decades. There's always knowledge to obtain or wisdom to obtain from situations that you went through. And I'm not condoning the abuse that you went through from this narcissist involved in your life. All I'm saying is, if you are out of it now, make sure you break the trauma bond. It can be easier to want to reconcile with the narcissist that you was involved with afterwards. For some of you, you might feel like you want to reconcile. You might feel like you want them back in your life. You need to understand that you've been set free. You've been set free. It's actually the biggest blessing. And the further along in your healing journey you go, you'll start to uncover more and more of why this is actually the greatest blessing that's bestowed your life, being free from them, right? You see, the level of discernment that's obtained by going through a narcissistic abuse relationship is tremendous. You have such levels of discernment the further you go in your healing journey, that you're able to pinpoint toxic individuals from a distance. You're able to keep your heart to yourself. And that's not in a selfish way, but you don't just freely give your heart like you used to. You You see a lot of chosen ones and empaths in their younger years used to walk around with their heart on their sleeve, and they still may instinctively do that to some degree, you know, because they can't entirely shut it off. They've got big hearts, chosen ones and empaths. They have big hearts. You have big hearts, right? But you learn to not give your heart to people too soon. You start to have this discernment about you. So this was all the process. However you want to look at the meaning of life or the purpose of life, you know, you start out as a child, and, you know, this is how it normally happens, but like when the child learns to walk, they stumble, and the parents might let them fall. So God maybe it was like this with you in your life, right? Or the universe was like this with you in your life. You needed to stumble. You needed to make some mistakes with the narcissist involved in your life for you to be able to recognize the good within the future. Because you've got to understand that you, in your mind, heart and soul, for a period of time at least, believed that this narcissist that was involved in your life was good. You believed it was good for you. You believed it was beneficial for you. In whichever type of relationship this is what she was involved in, romantic partner, friend, family, colleague, associate, I think I said them all. Yeah, you believe they were good, right? In whichever type of relationship this was she was involved in, you believe they were good. And you've gone through this awakening, this spiritual awakening. This discard was sent from above. This reverse discard was sent from above. It set you free. And now you're able to recognize the real good people out there. Now you unite with your soul tribe. Now you'll be able to resonate with people who are on your frequency, who are on your level. So there was a higher calling and a real reason why this all occurred. So if you're fresh out of the relationship, right, just understand this was a blessing. And the further, you only have to read in the comment section and see people's testimonies that, you know, of the experience they've endured. You'll make it through. You'll get through this. I'm not saying time makes it easier, but through time you learn how to deal with it. And you'll start to recognize the blessings more and more and more and more. And you only have to see in the comment section as well, people who have discovered their purpose, people who have discovered more meaning to their lives, to their existence. They found their passions, they found their pursuits, they found their dreams. They've done various things with their life that they would have never done had they had that bad energy around them from the narcissist involved in their life. If they had that negative spirit around them, you know, they wouldn't have benefited in the ways that they do. So don't be hurt. You know, I'm not condoning the pain you went through. You know, it's going to take some time for you to attend to those wounds that you need to do. But just understand that this fundamentally was from a divine orchestration sent by God or the universe, however you want to look at it. It was for a reason. It's happened for a reason. You're being shaped. You're being crafted. This is a true blessing, right? So, you know, a lot of the times the narcissists will reach out of hoovers. Hopefully you've rejected those hoovers. You know, they don't know how to repair the bridge they burned. You know, they don't really know how to fix things like you fix things. So don't be the one that fixes the relationship for them, right? Leave them gone. Leave them out of your life. If you let them back into your life, it's just going to be a repeat cycle all over again, right? You can't afford to let this parasite, this narcissist that was once involved in your life, back in your life. You cannot afford to do that at all costs. Focus on the future. Focus on your healing and everything. You know, you're heading towards brighter days. You know, heading in this direction. It may be painful, it may be hurtful, but you're heading towards brighter days. You know, you only have to see the testimonies from fellow survivors and fellow empaths that have been through narcissistic abuse to bear witness to what they've been through and extract some knowledge from their experience, right? Leave this parasite that was once involved in your life as a thing of the past. Focus on your future and focus on your healing. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find a link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session myself, you can also find a link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. Enhance your experience by becoming a supportive member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.